Now what's it say? Ready to go
It says
live?
go live. I don't know
Are
what
you
it
live?
says. I don't know. It says in
See, you
broadcast.
were pushing the screen.
Yeah.
It's not like an iPad.
Well, I don't know what it is.
It's a computer.
Okay. And
It's not a touch screen.
oh, okay.
Ah,
It's hot. I
no.
just burned my hand.
All we have is these like French vanilla things. I think we're on, Rip. We're
We're
live,
on.
baby. I think, aren't we?
I don't know.
Oh my God, my knee's killing me.
Well, you old man. That's what you get for playing basketball.
Woo, I'm out of breath.
Acting like you're 22. Think you're older.
Live Q&A. We got anybody on here today?
Probably everybody. It's the greatest ever.
Man, how do I get to it? Comments?
I don't know.
Oh man, I meant to go up there on the big screen, Rip.
Well,
BSK says we are live. Yeah, hell yeah, we're live. Buckshot Kid, we know that. What do you think? This is what we do. We sit here. Hey, Buckshot Kid, you told us to get the vet on here. I need his like email or number or what is he on Facebook? I can't find him anywhere. Oh, I guess Twitter. I'm blown up right now, Rip. I can't even breathe. We could tweet.
oh, you wanted to try to burn my mouth with that coffee. So hot.
We just did our regular show. We just finished episode 38. Probably be out on Monday. Probably the most boring show we've ever done. Rip, what do you think about it?
We've done a lot of boring ones. So I don't know if it's the most boring, but pretty boring.
It was pretty boring.
Yeah. Well, we can't talk about wrestling because wrestling's a shits.
Maybe we'll get Rip fired up today. Maybe we'll get some good questions out there. We got nobody on here right now.
Well, it's great. Well, you got the idea. Hey, live Q&A, baby.
We had
live Q&A, and nobody's asking.
Well, we can still do like just a show, but typically when we were trying to do a show live, it became Q&A. Like people just kept asking us questions. So I thought, well, what the hell? We'll just do.
Well, probably people are just
Q&A,
waiting in righteous anticipation, going, haha, it's 12:01. Oh,
Greg Smith, baby.
Says, what's up, fellows?
Hey, Greg Smith. Thanks for all the comments on YouTube. That really helps. I'm still trying to get Rip to reply to some of those comments every once in a while.
Reply.
He says that he can't because people steal money from him and stuff or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I see you reply. I'll go to old stuff and I'll see you have replied to it. Is that just
on what? Did
you quit doing that on YouTube after you got all your money stolen? Is that?
I don't know.
Is that something you quit doing?
Something pops up, and they want all this information. So, no, I don't believe nothing.
Poffo Maniac is here from Lexington, Kentucky, baby.
Don't get any better than that.
Doesn't get any better than that. We might have. I don't know if we will or not. We might have Mike Mondo joining us today. We might have the legendary T Weasel joining us today.
Hey, Andre the Giant might be here too.
No, he's dead, Rip.
Oh, okay.
He's not joining us.
Okay. Gorilla Monsoon.
I think the original professor, Jason Garrison. So, Jason Garrison.
He wasn't the original professor. Professor Roy Shires was the original professor.
Oh, okay. The original OVW professor, their original current professor. Was Roy Shires before the professor on Gilligan's Island?
Yes.
He was?
Mm-hmm. Professor Roy Shires is a guy who opened up the San Francisco territory. He was the first one there with TV.
Jason Garrison. Oh, look who's on here, baby. Classy chap. He's on live.
What's he say? Back in action.
Why do you always say he? I think it's a she.
Okay, she back in action making this live debut Q&A. Look, baby. there's the vet's on there. Says I'm right here.
It's not
Opinion Haver. That's it.
This is not our debut, Chappie. We were on last week live, if that's what you're saying. Actually, we've been on a few times live. Vet, what are you on like Facebook or something? I want to get you on here, joining us live, man. I'm gonna give you a link for this stuff. Email me something at the Lila Studios or send me something through Messenger, Von Lilas, and then I'll hit you back. I don't know if we're Facebook friends. I looked you up, couldn't find you.
That seems rather private.
Are you on Facebook? If you're on Facebook, Vet, give me a message to Von Lilas.
Have you and the vet, is something sexual going on?
No, I'm going to get him on here to give him a link.
Get him on there or get him off?
I get him offhand on, if you know what I'm saying, Rip.
Ooh.
Puffo Mania says, Maniac, says, Rip, what was your favorite ICW venue?
The most exciting was Ernie Couch's Entertainment Center. Started out as Ernie Couch's place. Ernie Couch was a guy, he built an arena on his property.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and it held 500 people.
Oh, wow.
I remember on Super Bowl Sunday, they were lined up around the building, and we turned 300 people away to see wrestling instead of the Super Bowl.
Maybe I didn't hear you. Did you say how many it
seated? 500.
500.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is awesome.
Ernie Couch's. Well, first it was Ernie Couch's place, and they modernized it to Ernie Couch's Entertainment Center. But Ernie was always there, and he really wasn't smart at the business, and he always had a gun. He was like he was going to threaten to shoot the heels all the time because they were no good bastards.
So where did you do TV at? Was it always the same place?
We started out, we did our first 10 TV at Channel 41 in Louisville. Then we moved to Lexington, and we started the TV at Channel 62 in Lexington, and they evolved into Channel 36 in Louisville, and we did it there for years and years. And then we were like, we went off and bought the station. They had a new station manager. He raised the rates. We was doing our promos there, producing there, et cetera. We're spending a lot of money there. So Miser said, poop on them. We bought our own cameras. We started doing our own tapes on the road. So we'd have a match from like Cape Girardeau, Missouri, a match in Beckley, West Virginia, a match in Johnson City, Tennessee. So it looked like we were somewhat worldwide, at least in the middle America.
Somebody, I can't remember who made a comment. Maybe it was.
And we did the voiceovers in me and Randy's living room.
Oh, really?
And Lanny would be there. We had the backdrop there and the lights flashing and everything.
Somebody made a comment on one of those matches I posted. I thought they were all like rich and famous, like all the ICW.
What?
I said Rip was rich and famous. What do you mean thought?
What are you talking about?
When I posted those old ICW matches, like Big Boy Williams, and he said as a kid, I thought ICW was like the shits, or in a good way, and they were all like really rich and really famous.
Well, that kid was a kid.
Right.
That's like when I was growing up, the Major League Baseball players, the NFL players, the NBA basketball players, they only got paid during the season. They didn't make that much money.
Yeah.
And they would have to get a regular job when the season was over. They lived in regular neighborhoods because they wasn't making that much money. Now they make all this money and they do nothing. It's a hell of a rib. They make, but they were just like there's Mickey Mantle for how many months playing baseball. Now he's got a job, until the Andy Messersmith decision where everybody started getting more the free agency thing, making all this money and everything. That wasn't around. So you could be a World Series MVP. Hey, you're happy. You're happy. You were happy you got you won a Triple Crown in the American League because you got $1,000 bonus in your contract.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, times have definitely changed. I even remember as a kid, I can't remember who it was or what year it was, but I can still remember when somebody signed the first $1 million contract in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was such a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
$1 million. Everybody's like, man, $1 million.
Yeah.
Now it's.
Shoot them NFL. If NFL, especially quarterbacks, they make more. They make $1 million a game. A lot of them.
Oh, more than that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that. No,
more than that. Yeah.
On the average, it's probably $1 million a game.
Oh, easy, because they're playing 16.
Mm-hmm.
They're making 30, 40 million a year. So, I mean,
not bad work if you can get it.
Not bad. Let's see who else we got on here. Chappie's on here. Vet's on here. Don Burton's on here, baby. Hello, guys. Thanks, Don Burton, for trying to plug some of our show on Briscoe show that Rip forgot. Put over Brooklyn Pizza, though. It's good, Rip. Chappie. Mint joining in the live session first time. All right, we get a Chappie. Hey, Chappie, we just did our recorded show, episode 38, and we pretty much have you and the Weasel getting married at Lila Studios. So I think it's going to be one hell of a wedding when that happens. Oh, got an email from the vet. See if I can get that link back. The Entertainment Barn. I've heard of that.
Well,
is that what they called it? The one you were just talking about?
Yeah, it was the entertainment. First, it was Ernie Couch's place. Then it was the Ernie Couch's Entertainment Center. It said Cornette talked about, but I worked there every week. I think Jimmy ever worked there.
Oh, really?
He might have, but Ernie's dead now, so who knows?
Huh. Puffo Maniac, you got any promos of you versus Randy Savage in ICW October to December 82? Y'all didn't have too many matches. I put some promos on our channel, not against each other though. When you were together,
Yeah.
I put some of those promos on there. I don't know, man. I've still got a whole box of stuff. I don't know if you guys checked it out yet, but this morning I put on Rip and Austin Idol from, what was that, Southeastern Wrestling?
Right.
Put a little,
that's 84,
little thing in there. I got a bunch of ICW still. Well, I say a bunch. I got some. I got a whole box of Rip stuff that I just got to go through and keep finding matches and putting them out there. Do you know though, Rip? Do you have anything from that time, October, December 82? Does that ring a bell? Sometimes you remember yesterday.
I don't remember.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you remember 30 years ago. Sometimes you don't.
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Hey, Rory Fox is on here.
What do you say?
Today is my birthday. Can I get a happy birthday from Rip?
Are we on live? No, we already did live. So this is going to play late, right?
This is live.
Oh, this is live? Okay. Happy birthday, Rory.
I'm going through the
Fantastic.
comments.
I can't see that far.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
But I'm
hell,
going through the comments.
I'm blind.
I know, but can you not hear me say, like, this is so-and-so on here right now?
Okay. Well, okay. Good. Happy birthday, Rory. Greatest ever. Fantastic.
Uh-oh. Chappie said happy birthday, Rory. Weasel's going to be mad.
Yeah. He knows what's going on.
Did you all get to play the radio ads from Combs, Kentucky? I sent you. Yeah, we put them on here. We put that Halloween. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played them on here live, baby.
I didn't know they were that stupid.
Yeah.
Because they used to know, because I remember that Logan Fields our sponsor was the volunteer fire department. So he was talking about doing the radio things. He'd always get the card, and then I guess they would figure out, and then this guy at the station he'd make them funny or something like that, like a Halloween thing or whatever. I just thought they were just like regular ads. I didn't know they were in character ads or a theme to them and everything.
Yeah, so I think we just played one. I don't know how many. You said you got about 20 more radio ads. I think you sent me one that worked, possibly. It was a Halloween ad.
Yeah.
And then that's the one I played. If I have more, I don't know. I haven't found them. Vet, I emailed you back the link. I don't know. It doesn't give instructions or not. It's a StreamYard link to jump in here with us. Check your email, see if that comes through and works. Greg Smith says, in the 50s, almost all the players had jobs in the offseason. Football players in the 60s made very little money. Yeah, that's right.
Dick the Bruiser said he became a wrestler because he was making about $3,000 to $3,500 was his best year playing pro football for the Green Bay Packers as a lineman.
Greg Smith, I got a real question for you. How old are you, and how do you know all this shit? Like, you seem to know everything. I'm not saying that in a smart-ass way. Seem like you really got it together and know your wrestling history and history of other things too. Are you that old? Or are you just a historian? How do you know all this stuff? Legit question. Patrick Mahomes is the richest quarterback in the league. Yeah,
what's funny is 10 years from now, he'll probably be the poorest one in the league.
Yeah, maybe.
The way salaries go up.
They signed those like 10-year deals or whatever. Some of them that became kind of popular. And then, yeah, it all catches up to them. And then people start signing bigger.
Yeah.
And it'll be like MJF, get mad and I don't want this contract anymore. I want more money. Hey, look at this, Rip.
What is it?
Hey, guys. Hello from Ireland, baby.
Ireland.
We got another.
Ireland. And what's his name?
Liam.
Oh, is it Liam? Is pronounced
Yeah,
Liam?
dude, we are wrestling with Rip Rogers is worldwide, Rip. Worldwide.
Man, maybe we should make more than 62 cents a week from all the big numbers we draw on YouTube or whoever it is.
That reminds me. So on YouTube, you got to do this. You got to get a code.
Have I cussed yet?
No, you need to cuss a little bit.
Oh,
You've
okay.
been really down today.
Okay.
Like you need to fire up a little bit.
Okay.
So I got to request this code through the real mail. I've done it twice. I've never gotten the code.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way we can get paid. And every time I get this little notification that says, you need to put your code in. And then I go to request it. And it says, you requested it already. I'm like, yeah, but I don't have it. I don't know how much money we made, but I don't even think we're to $100 yet.
Oh, okay.
We're not rich yet, Rip.
Just think of the party we'll have when we get
Oh, I tell you what, when we get our first paycheck for this YouTube
we'll
shit.
get a Circle K pizza on a Friday. Get
hell
some
yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
Maybe some little not donuts, little muffins like you have.
Tell the people here on Live Rip when we hit 2,000 subscribers, which we're almost at. Tell them what we're going to do when we hit 2,000 subscribers.
We're going to have a live sex session with Classy Chappie and the Weasel, I think. That's what it is.
That's not what you said on our
What did
last
I
show.
say?
You said we were going to do dangerous drugs.
Dangerous drugs. That means sweet and low and stuff like that.
Hey, right here, man. It's a good time here.
Oh yeah, we got.
I'm sure the dude from Ireland will want to go to that.
Yeah. Hey, if you're in Ireland and you want to, hey, there's a big show in Fortville, Indiana this Saturday night.
Show them the poster.
All right, there's the poster right here.
Everybody from Ireland, come on down.
Yeah, Rich Abbott's putting this on, and then hell, Sam Knight's going to be there. Drew Skills, Chuckles, a mystery partner, highlight reel with the Hollywood House, Paragon. Anthony Totelli's going to be there. All the top stars. Maybe me and Romer will show up.
I will be there just to figure out who the mystery partner is.
Think it could be you.
I bet it is.
Bring your stuff. If they're going to have you as a mystery partner, they should just advertise it.
I bet it's going to be Hulk Hogan.
Then it would have been, huh?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be like Hulk Hogan
It could be.
or The Rock.
No, I think they would advertise him if they was going to have him there.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they wouldn't.
Tony Khan wouldn't. He loves surprises, Rip.
Well, you know.
So are you and Romer going to this? Do you think you're going?
Well, probably because Rome's, you know, he was out with this girl last night putting things up her butt and the Benoit balls. And then it's just having another Romer, just a Romer night.
You think he cares that you say that here?
He'd probably be fucking smiling, posing to it.
How's he doing, man? How's his health? He doing all right?
Well, he ain't croaked, so it's always a
Can
plus.
he eat now?
Yeah. The problem is he eats too much now.
Oh, man.
He didn't eat for a long time, so now he's sort of going nuts eating.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo Maniac. Go ahead.
But Romer sends me. He'll either sends me pictures of the dumps he took, or sometimes the little short videos was coming out. You know, so that's always nice to have live and in color.
Buffalo Maniac says Delaney's daughter lives in Toronto, on Toronto Road, where you all filmed the show August 1982. Onward after producing your own TV show. Remember Toronto Road by chance, Rip?
No.
Rip doesn't remember that. Good to hear on a good vibe. Don Burton, can we get into the Lawler told the other day? Yeah, Don, we just covered. I'm going to try to see if I can pull this up. I don't know why my shit doesn't work on here, but we'll get to that in a second, Don. We got all the top stars coming in. Opinion Haver 2 times or whatever that says, aka OVW legend. The Vet's here, Rip. Welcome, Vet.
Hello, boys.
Vet,
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Is that a haircut or you bald? Which one is it? Both.
It's a both. I buzz it down.
Okay.
I buzz it down.
Cool.
You know that you don't have to pay for haircuts that way.
Yeah, Linus just wears the ball cap all the time.
Yeah, I don't pay for one either. I've had 2 haircuts in the last 3 years. My wife did both of them, and I'm bald, wear a hat.
It looks fabulous.
Thanks,
It looks
man.
fabulous.
My hair don't grow. It's like Donald Trump. You know, it gets wet. Looks like I have 4. So what you see is what you get, and I don't give a fuck.
Where you living at these days, Vet?
Oh, well, you know, I'm over in the West Coast, Sacramento, California.
Are you really?
That's right.
Man, you're big time.
Big
Oh,
Sacramento, big Sacramento Kings fan.
It was a big, yeah, sure. Yeah, it was a big downgrade to move to Kentucky to go to OVW. Let me put it that way.
Oh, so that's where you originally were from?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, he could have went to the schools out there, but he heard Von Lilas was going to be in Louisville, so the California kid was going to go to hillbilly land and be a wrestler.
I'm sure that's what it was.
I think that's it.
How long were you at OVW? You have any idea?
Yes, it was off and on from 2005 to I think 2008 was my last match. I think.
You just drove back and forth from California, off and on?
No. Well, it's a long story, but I don't want to make the whole thing about me. I'm just hanging out with the guys. So,
well, you can tell us a little bit of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I moved out there in 2005 for a brief period because when you go to OVW to sign up, it tells you the beginner's class is 3 months, right?
Oh, okay.
So I planned out like, okay, let me go to this beginner's class, and they tell you, we'll evaluate you and see if you have what it takes, right? That's all there on the website. So I go there, and it becomes pretty apparent to me that the beginner's class is more or less indefinite. So, and what the way it worked back then was every so often Rip was doing the intermediate class. Like, I guess you had just started doing that, Rip, like probably right before I came, the intermediate, after, if that's a whole other story, you can tell about that whole thing. But it used to just be a beginner and an advanced, right? So I signed up for the beginners. The first day, trainer's Mike Mondo. So in the first day, you just sit there and watch. You don't even get to get in the ring. You just sit there and watch. Second day, I'm doing all these drills. I've never done any of this stuff before, right? That day, my first in-ring day of ever doing anything in a pro wrestling ring, that's Rip's eval day. So now, after the beginner's class, taking all these bumps I never took, hitting these ropes I've never hit, doing all these things, now Rip comes in, and his class is right after the beginner's class. And the beginners just train with Rip's intermediate class. And that's how he decides who gets to move up. So I've never done fuck all until that day. And, you remember Mo Green, Static, and he was very sadistic with the playing card routine where the red suits are squats and the black suits are push-ups. So like my arms and legs are rubber and I'm trying to learn everything. Now Rip comes in the door. People are scared. Like I meet guys like, Man Beast had the Trailer McNailer, and who else?
This had to be at the new building, right? This was in Louisville.
Yes, this was. Yeah, I never was at the old building.
Okay.
So there's like a buzz around because Rip's coming. I don't know, I don't know the reputation or anything, but everybody seems very scared. Rip comes in the door and we're just waiting for the class to start, and he goes, "What the fuck are you motherfuckers doing? Just fucking standing the fucking round." He's like, this is a goddamn football team. I want to get a crisscross going. Let's get some clapping going. And immediately in my mind when I hear this, I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm home. This is where I belong. I can only get trained in OVW. This is where I got to be.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, because I got it. I understood why they were scared, but like I totally understood from moment one Rip's coaching philosophy and his style. So I try to do everything that we're supposed to do. There's a funny story about chops. But after that, I was just like, yeah. So I decided to move home, get my affairs in order after the 3 months was up. Cause I kind of paid my rent up for 3 months in the hopes that they would hold, hey, hold my room, guys. I'm coming back.
Right.
And then, I was planning to move right back out there, and that turned into 9 more months before I was able to finally get there. Long other story. We don't want to hear that. I come back, and now, for example, as I was leaving, Serena Deeb was just coming in. So I was there on her first day, and, I was trying to catch her up on the stuff that I had learned, so we're kind of in that little thing, helping each other out.
You just took responsibility for Serena's success, I think, right there.
No. Hold on. So when I come back 9 months later, the student has become the master now.
Yeah.
So she knows everything. So if I never would have left, I might have, because White Power wasn't there. Man Beast had just, in that eval, he got chosen to go up. He was one of the people that Rip said, hey, you're worthy of intermediate class status. And he'd been going to the beginner's class for 2 years at that point, I think he told me.
Oh,
that was the first person I ever met there. So after that, I come back and all these people had gone ahead of me. This kid White Power was here, and he was the White Power was always the go-to example guy, right, Rip? That's the first. There was a tier list. There was a pecking order of people that would go. It'd be White Power, Man Beast, Serena, and if Tony Man was still there, or if Caleb the Prince was still maybe there. There was. Yeah, those were all in that top tier, and then, whoever else. So, that 9 months, who knows what I could have done with those morning practices for $10 and all that stuff. We might have a different conversation.
You could have been the next Serena Deeb. You could have been women's champion.
That's right. I could have been AEW Women's Interim World Champion.
You could have done that. Hey, the most important thing about getting to the next level, all you had to do is say, hey, I got the money for the class.
There we
Oh,
go.
you're in.
You're in, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do I make the intermediate class? Bring me money.
Bring me money. That's all you got to do, right?
But I'm not very good. It
It
doesn't
doesn't matter.
It
Just
doesn't
bring the
matter.
money.
You're in.
40 bucks a week will get you the best education in pro wrestling that
There
you
you
could
go.
have
Right.
gotten.
No, it didn't get any better than that.
And the bags of food didn't help either, you know, like whether it was soup, McDonald's, but you know, sometimes Rip wasn't eating, so you had to bring liquids.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
yeah.
so
I'm gonna hit up this chat, man. So they want to know about the Lawler story or the Savage story. I'm gonna try to pull that video up. I can't ever get it to work on here. I'm gonna answer some questions here first. Greg Smith, Jim said he never worked there. He just saw the ads ICW show. Oh, talking about Cornette with the.
Yeah, I don't think he ever.
So you ever worked
there.
there? Alfred Allen in the house. That with Idol was great quality. Yeah, there's more to come. I think, Alfred. I'm just getting into that tape.
We're
Just
trying to see if we get dinged or not, right?
Just got it. Yeah, just put it out today. See if we got dinged for copyright. Hopefully, it didn't. Classified Chappie. I need to check out more of the ICW matches you've uploaded on the channel. Well, hell yeah, Chappie. What are you waiting on? Glad you're uploading videos of it. We'll see those. I got more of that to come as well. Rory Fox, thanks for the happy birthday, Rip. He didn't ask me to say happy birthday, so F you, Rory. I'm not going to say happy birthday to you.
Oh man, what an asshole you are!
wow.
Happy birthday, Rory. How's that? Okay.
Hey, there you go.
God,
Hey, Big Boy Williams passed away this summer. Did you know that, Rip?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. Ralph Derryberry.
Ralph Derryberry, yeah.
Derryberry from
Well,
Tennessee.
I called him Captain Cock.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he's trained by the great Rick Shooter Connors, just like Izzy was. Yeah, Ralph Derryberry, Captain Cock.
Greg Smith is 41, so he's younger than both of us, Rip.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Uh-huh.
That was
Now, everybody's younger than me, so what
Well,
the
not
hell,
everybody.
Right? God, I got this hole in my pants, and I'm putting my finger in it.
You got a hole in your pants?
Yeah, so I guess the hammer
Chevy
was
says
too
Rip is
big.
great when it comes to no cussing. Yeah, it sucks. He needs to cuss a little bit more. I mean, the vet just got in here, dropped F-bomb after F-bomb.
I was quoting Rip though.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Greg Smith, I remember seeing Rip on WCW TV. Hey, listen, Greg, I got a bunch of stuff of Rip, and you can get it on all these other YouTube channels, but I'm assuming they're not monetized. They're not trying to make any money. They just put shit out there. All of Rip's WCW stuff that I have put out gets dinged every time for copyright from the WWE. A couple times we put things out that actually gets past YouTube, and then they get what was that called? Like when a real person goes and tells on me.
Yeah, so they got guys looking at everything that goes on the internet.
Yep, the
police,
WWE
the WWE
turns
police.
us in. Yeah,
Yeah.
they really do. They actually check out our shit, turn us in, and we get dinged on any of that WCW stuff we put.
Wow, you guys are over.
Or else I would put more on there. Hey, Liam is booking a flight right now, Rip,
All right,
from Ireland.
Is he going to make the show?
So he can make the big Fortville, Indiana show.
Well, it starts Saturday, so today's Friday.
What's Friday?
Well, he better hurry up.
Get on that plane, Liam. It's
Hey,
going to be a big show,
Vaughn
man.
will pick you up at the airport.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Is he going to get that Hustler beer too? When he
Well, this is
comes
in a
in?
different town. I
Yeah,
mean,
we could
Still, but if he's all the way over here already,
that's true,
I mean-
man. If you're coming from England, we'll go ahead and take you down to Seymour,
Hey, might as well
Indiana
buy
as
a
well.
book while he's there.
Buy a
and,
book.
and buy one of
Absolutely.
Rover's
Buy-
books too.
Order a shirt.
Order a T-shirt. Yeah, hell,
Picture
don't get any
taken.
better than that.
Liam, we got you set. Bring your checkbook, Liam. We got you set up.
No,
for,
no checks. Just money.
Okay, no, bring your
Yeah.
cash. American, if you can.
Yeah.
American cash,
Oh,
baby.
now, love, mate, eh? Okay.
Oh, Chappie's on here.
What's Chappie's?
I hope Weasel will be the mystery partner of that promotion.
Ooh. I put a reel on my phone.
Hey, Ved, do you know Classified Chappie? Is this a boy or girl? Actually, don't tell us. I don't want to know if it's a.
it's better if you don't know. But I do. I know Classified Chappie from the other HMG chats and stuff
Yeah,
like
don't
that.
tell us.
Great,
We would
great
rather
fan.
not know.
Great fan. Yep.
Yeah, I remember when I was in Puerto Rico and Gary Albright come in, so I took him downtown, and he was on that Jack and Coke. So I took him to one of the girls, but the girl was really a guy. But what the fuck, he didn't really know. And then they got together or whatever, and I told him the girl was really a guy. Took him back there, and he looked at her and just looked at me, and he started laughing. He goes, "Well, I came, didn't I? What the hell?" I said, "Okay, taxi, call the police."
What the hell? Doesn't matter.
It don't matter. What the hell? You only go through life one time. Buckshot Kid saying hello to the vet. I concentrated on the
Vet,
thing.
can you see our comments over there? I know Pops
Yes.
could see him when he was on.
I got him pulled up here.
The match from Portland where Rip puts Piper over is available on YouTube. Yeah, it's on there. That one doesn't have a copyright. Nobody owns that. WWE does not own that video, so that does not get dinged. Quite an honor given Piper hardly ever got pinned. At that time, Rip, what was
What's that?
He's talking about Piper when you had the match with Piper.
Uh-huh.
He said at that time he didn't get, hardly ever got pinned or
No,
whatever.
he got pinned in Portland when he went to
Oh, he did?
WWE. He didn't get pinned.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
Portland was just a small. You look, they had about 5 TVs or what it was.
Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, look at that.
Oh.
one just popped in.
Mondo,
What's going
looking
on?
In
good.
at line of the studio.
Shit, he's got that. Looks like a badass.
Former WWE Superstar Tag Team Champion of the World.
In Madison Square Garden,
Mike
just a few
Mondo.
years into the business,
Hell
living the
yeah.
dream. It don't get any better than that. He's got a legendary hammer. He's got about 22 girlfriends on the side. Kayfabe that though, because he's got his top 3 out. We shouldn't say anything
He
about.
still hasn't learned how to do the horizontal on his,
I ain't even sure
phone or
what the
whatever.
hell,
He still
right?
does the vertical
Hey, we're on
view.
FF. We're on F squared. Fucking fire.
Let the party begin, boys. Let the party begin. How you
Let
doing?
the party begin. We're
Yes.
hitting up the chat. Welcome, Mondo. Thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, yeah, apologize I couldn't make it last week, but I made it this week. How you guys doing? What you guys
Oh.
doing?
Go Jets, right? That's all you care about.
I was at the game last Sunday.
Oh, I know. I
Bills.
saw the
Best game I've
saw
been
the
to all
flicks.
year.
He was
Yeah.
over.
That game cost me a lot of money, Mondo. I wish you would have given me, given me the Iggy on that before I
Say,
Jets
hey,
do
look,
that to you,
put that bet down, man.
Yeah, next week. Always next week.
Always next week. Well, this week, Sunday. We're just going through the chat right now, Mondo. If anybody's got a question for the vet's in the house right now, or if anybody's got a question for Mike Mondo, wrestling legend, go ahead and put him in the chat here. Greg Smith says, I was 9 or 10 the last time I saw Rip on TV. What was your last TV match, Rip? What was your last WCW? Do you remember when you left there?
I think it was at Orlando. Yeah, that's when they kicked me out at Orlando. Some bitch stooged me off about something.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they started. We was at a table. I remember Davey Boy Smith would go down. He'd just get the food. He wouldn't even pay him. Right? They didn't do nothing to him. and there was a bunch of girls there trying to get over, so they was bothering a bunch of guys. So I went into a gay act. So I was talking to them like I was homosexual.
Oh man.
And then
Now, you say girls, are these wrestlers? Or?
no, just
Oh.
marks, because what we did, we was in Orlando doing the syndicated television show that played on the local market.
Okay.
And then so they complained to somebody. So I remember Kevin Sullivan, they come to him, so he fired me.
Really?
Yeah. So I just left,
Holy
What
shit.
the
I
hell?
don't think
I had Todd Morton with me, and I had the other kid from Kentucky. I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, so yeah,
So that was it? Was Ole still around at that
Oh
time?
no, no. All I was doing was just ribbing,
So what did Kevin Sullivan say? Anything?
He just shook it. Well, I was told, you don't shoot. He was just a messenger,
So who's above him at that time?
Oh, just a bunch of shirts. They weren't real. They weren't wrestlers or nothing.
You say, was Kevin Sullivan the booker then? You said.
No, I didn't say he was a booker. I just said he was managed. He was some kind of management.
Oh, I
They
spent some time
didn't-
with Kevin.
Huh?
Nigeria, Africa. I was with Kevin Sullivan. That's when I met him. Did a
Okay.
little tour there for a week. We were stuck there.
Oh
Freaking
my.
crazy, man. Yeah, that was one of the wildest tours I've ever been on. People thought that shit was real, like legit. They don't get wrestling in Nigeria. Freaking, it was nuts. It was me, Val Venus. I remember Kevin Sullivan, the Barbarian, the Warlord. Good thing we had the Barbarian there to protect us, man. It was nuts over there. It was freaking the wild, wild west.
Yeah,
I'll
you
never
could
go back there.
you could hide behind him, right?
What's that?
You could actually hid behind him.
Him and the Warlord. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. God.
So who were you there with? Who was running that show or that tour or whatever you were doing?
Who was running? The Barb was running that show actually.
Oh, really?
And I went there twice with him. The second time I was like, all right, the money's good, so I'll go. I wasn't really too enthusiastic about it. But this second time around, the U.S. Embassy blew up and the lights went out during the show and fans started hitting the ring. The guys with the AK-47s had to come out. I was like, this place is no good for me, man. This is the last time I come here, no matter how much money they offer me. I'm done.
Wow.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's like
That was cool.
I was like when I was in South Africa, I worked against Jeet Singh 3 Saturday nights in a row in Durban. We had 3 riots. It was
Yeah.
great, and he was just laughing. I'm trying to stay alive, So,
Chavo, I remember Chavo Classic was the guest referee for our match, and he's like, "Boys, freaking go home and let's get out of here."
yeah. Wow.
So did you continue the tour? You said you got stuck there or something. Did you have more shows there or?
We had 2 shows there. They both got canceled because the president couldn't make it or something like that. He had another engagement. So whatever, we postponed, which sucked because they just put us up in this church, and it was just very weird. And it just there was nothing to do there. No TV. I don't read books, and I read 3 of them. And it's a lot of just killing time. And trying to think who else was on that tour. Yeah, I know. Shelton Benjamin was there. You can ask him about it. He'll tell you some good stories, I'm sure. But we just had each other, man, because we didn't have anybody else.
A lot of excessive masturbation then.
Yeah, lots of that too.
Okay.
Lots of wanks. Lots of wanks.
Kevin Sullivan in the church. Good rib.
Yeah.
Buckshot Kid, I got a question for you, Vet. Says Lila, you have to ask Vet about his WrestleMania moment. What's your WrestleMania moment there? Was it the same WrestleMania I was at?
Yeah, we had the same WrestleMania moment. Why don't you just tell your WrestleMania moment?
Well, was it 20? I was only in 23 there. I came out with The Undertaker and I came out with Melina. I came out twice that day.
That was the biggest paparazzo that's ever existed, right? Like,
Yeah. I got this little bitty camera and like hold it down here so I don't trip. Try not to trip down that huge ramp, rolling out that red carpet and whatever we were doing. And then that deal with were you with the Undertaker? Did you come out with the Undertaker?
Mhm.
Had all those robes and hoods on. It was all pitch black. You got the big torch and make sure you don't burn the guy up in front of you.
Yes,
and all that kind of stuff.
exactly, dude. Were you there? Do you remember this in the walkthrough when Vince walked out?
I know exactly what you're talking about. When the guy had some white showing or whatever.
Vince walked out. He's just kind of like, we're all out there in our spots, like that we're supposed to be lined up with the torches. They're not lit, obviously, at this time. I don't even know if we had them. They just wanted us to line up because that was like that stage. It had it kind of looked like a star and it had the points that went out. Yeah, you can go check that out. Peacock, whatever. WrestleMania 23. So we're out there, we're doing the rehearsal for this, and Vince just walks out casually, kind of just like, how you doing? Like talking to certain people. And he goes up to like this one guy up in front. Now, there was all the people, right, Lilas, where it was like invited from the developmental areas, either OVW or Deep South at that time. So we were there, but there was also these other like local guys, I think, from the Detroit area that I'd never seen before. And there was this one guy that didn't even look like a worker. He looked like a mark or whatever. And he was up by the front. He was one of like the front people. And Vince sort of like, he kind of just happened to be standing by the guy. And he's like, how are those hoods? Can you see all right out of these? And the guy being honest said, so. Because you know how they want you to pull it down so you couldn't see the face, and you could see through it. Like it was sheer enough to see through. Yeah, he said so. Just being honest, because it was so. Like especially when we'd be carrying flaming torches, like you want to have some visibility, but you don't. You can't show your face. Yeah. So anyway, Vince's response to this is he says, "Can we get somebody out here that can see a little bit better than so?" And walking around the Ford Field that day, I never saw that guy again the rest of the day.
He got shit canned.
He got 86.
No, I was talking about, we were supposed to do dress rehearsal in all black. They said everything has to be black. You cannot have any other color showing.
Right.
And some guy had just a little bit of white showing. He had like a white T-shirt on underneath or something like that. And Vince just chewed his ass, just went off on him. Cut the biggest promo on him right for everything. That's what I thought you were talking about.
How is it? It's great. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
Many months.
Yeah, I can see to the upper decks. I can see that guy's contacts. Yeah, like there's the answer is always yes, and then you figure it out afterwards. Yeah. That was the Santino story, right? They said, "Can you speak Italian?" He said, "Hell yeah, I can speak Italian." And then he's got the book on tape, driving in the car, like. So that's what it is, man. You always got to be ready. Any other fun stories from that WrestleMania, Lilas?
No, it was not really. I mean, I partied the night before more than I should have, but it was all good. We got Alfred Allen in the chat. Want to know about dings for copyright? He says Fuller doesn't claims he own or whatever. I don't know how it all works. WWE bought so many libraries. They ding WCW stuff and even the stuff out of Canada. I don't know. I get a ding from, I think, Fuller. Maybe he does own it. Couldn't Fuller own his own tapes? I mean,
Yeah, he could own them.
yeah. I mean, if you
I don't
own them,
know.
you own them. If it's your TV, like Danny Davis sold the OVW tapes to Vince, but before that, Danny owned them. Like they were his TV tapes. I mean,
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
only recently took those over. I think not long ago.
Yeah.
The OVW tapes.
No, the old OVW tapes with Brock and Shelton and Cena and stuff on them. No, that was 20 years ago they bought them.
Oh wow.
They might not they didn't play them at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but they bought them about 2002, 2004, something like that.
Yeah, I remember Danny telling, or Cornette telling kind of the story on that, because it was something they were saying they couldn't use any of those tapes if the WWE guys were in them, and Cornette was like, that was never agreed upon beforehand or whatever. It was kind of a big deal. I think they ended up just buying them, paying them off to.
Rip, are you still teaching class at OVW? Speaking of which,
Oh, hell no.
not anymore. You don't do
No, I left.
Saturdays there anymore.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, done it for years.
class going.
No, I ain't done it for a couple of years.
Really?
Tell the people, Mondo, you're training people now, right? Put yourself over here a little
I
bit.
am. I'm actually training.
Give yourself a
people.
plug.
Are you back to the same school in New York City?
Yeah, the same one that you were in Long Island. The same one.
Yeah.
That you came to.
Okay.
Yeah, we just had class last night. Went very well.
Now,
My guys are coming along. They're doing good. We watched that 90-minute match. I
okay.
broke it up into two parts. Last week we watched the wrestling part where they wrestled with every body part, and now we watched them get heat on every body part. I'm trying to explain to them the story and the technique what these guys are doing. You know,
That's like
a great example, which is
That's
awesome.
like, and the thing about it is, these guys were students.
Yeah, no, they were great. They were awesome.
Yes,
They were such a
these
great
guys
example.
were students doing a fucking clinic out there.
Yeah,
and how to fucking wrestle.
that's what it was. I mean, just the technique was there, the footwork, all the fundamentals were on point. It was so. If I was a person that walked in and never saw wrestling before, I could sit down, be entertained, and watch and understand what I'm watching, what I'm viewing. You know,
Right.
And it was just a great wrestling 101, match. It was very good. And damn, the man beast has got to come back. Is he still wrestling? I think Pat.
Well, he's
Revolver. Is
he
still
just.
in WWE.
I saw something today. He's ready to start wrestling again.
Yeah, he got hurt, didn't he? He broke his arm
Yeah.
or something.
He
Man.
had some kind of. I don't know if it was in a car
A
wreck.
car accident. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I sent Man Beast a message. I was like, "Hey, man, thanks for I used you as an example for my class today, and I thank you and I appreciate that. You guys did a hell of a job, But then my warp brain is going, oh, they could have done this, they could have done that, they could have, here. But I got to remember they're calling it on the fly, off the cuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier said than done when you're in the ring,
Yeah,
The first,
you know me.
The first one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You know me. I told them, hey, you guys are going 90.
That's
Win.
it.
Well,
That's it.
right now, get in there. Go.
Yeah.
If you can do that, then you're fucking good, ain't you?
Absolutely.
And there probably ain't nobody in this fucking business because nobody does it anymore. If you used to do it, now you're not in working shape because the business has been destroyed. Here's your script for your promos, and here's your script for your match. Fuck you. More cuss words. Fuck you again.
Uh-oh.
Fuck
you gotta
all you
learn how to call
fucking
in the
people
ring
that
these
ruin
days.
my fucking business. Fuck you.
Good job, Mondo.
Yeah. You got to learn how to call in the ring these days.
No,
What
I
happens
mean,
when you
get-
go to
I
the
mean,
gorilla
getting ripped,
position
dropping
and your
the
line gets
F-bombs.
cut? Then what do? Which has happened to me before. You got to be able to adjust.
Now, Mike, remember when I come up there and I had you and Deanna work an hour match in front of your class?
Oh, yeah.
See, that got you over, didn't it? With them.
Got me over. Yeah, I didn't expect
Yes,
to do an hour
because
that day, but I
now-
did it.
Before you're just an old fucking coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they see you. Well, do you ever see this girl before? No, but we just went an hour. Well, how do you know how to do that? Well, that's why you go to class.
Exactly.
And then you eventually pick it up. But it ain't easy. It ain't easy. But once you learn it, you got it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I could see right there when you was first like the vet and everybody else would roll their eyes when I'd come in, like I knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
I said, wait a minute. That wasn't me. That was everyone else.
But
I know what you mean.
That's the norm of being human, right? Especially
Right.
when you're 20s, you think you're smart and you're fucking stupid. But I'm 68 and I'm still stupid, but I'll tell you I'm fucking stupid. Oh, and Deanna just got married or is getting married.
She's
Just
got
got
married.
married.
Twitter,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Luis went down there.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, because I didn't know what he was said. He was going to SC, South Carolina, because that's where they live at, I guess. Okay. But then all of a sudden Mondo was the king. Then he had some respect and they'd fucking listen more.
That was it. That was over after that.
But he took a fucking girl in the fucking ring and went an hour. And then people are just like, I'm watching them and they're just like, now they're just staring and just looking. And at the end, then he was God. But he's the one that did it. He's the one that fucking did it. Yeah.
Let's take a look at the chat. Dennis Ramsey's in the house, Rip. Dennis Ramsey. Greg Smith wants to know the Weasel's podcast name. We're not putting that thing over Greg Smith.
We're not putting the Weasel.
We're never going to say anything about the Weasel podcast.
No,
we're not going to say. We're not going to mention
the Weasel
podcast
with
at all.
Manny V and Kurt Nichols. We're not going to say nothing about it.
No, Alfred Allen said I'm referring to Southeastern and Continental. I am too, Alfred. I'm referring to the same thing. I put them out there and I get a copyright strike. So I'm referring to the same thing you are. John Ramsey in from Davenport, Iowa, baby. Mondo, we got somebody in from Ireland today too. They're coming. They booked a flight. They're coming to the local show here tomorrow, all the way from Ireland.
Davenport, Iowa. That's where I had my first boxing match.
Davenport, Iowa. Yeah, that's where Rip boxing career took off. Classy Chappie says, hey, Mondo, Dennis Ramsey wants to something about Cubans love them. Not sure what that means. Oh,
What do you say?
Everybody's just saying hi to Mondo. You must be over with the crowd here, Mondo.
Of course.
Who is that?
I don't know. Can you not read the chat? I
Who?
see you, Mondo. Can you read the chat?
Oh, chat.
There's a chat up here. I don't know if you can find it or not.
Oh, okay.
So Greg Smith saying you're one of the best Twitter follows. Mondo's got all kind of knowledge out there on Twitter. Give everybody your Twitter handle there, Mondo.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't see that. I mean, I see the chats. I just don't see what he's talking about. But I appreciate that he follows me and that he likes my Twitter account. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mike Mondo. Yeah, I just tweet what's on the Mondo brain at the right time. Pick the mind of Mondo, and I just kind of give out my tips, tricks, little shortcuts here and there of the wrestling business, and give out some free knowledge.
Sexual innuendos.
Nah, I try to stay away from that. I try to keep it professional, Rip.
Oh, why?
But don't worry, I'll put you over.
Have a good time. What the fuck?
He is having a good time.
After the whole speaking out thing, you can't be too careful now. So let's just keep it clean. I kind of got heat with you though, Mikey, because a few couple months ago, I sent you a DM saying, "Hey, if you ever like to stop by HMG and hang out and chat, hit us up." Kayfabed, nothing. Not even left on red. Not even the check mark. Yeah, no, it was you. It's the official account. I bet you if you pull it up, you see it. And then all of a sudden, here he is showing up everywhere. Monday locker room.
Well, I admit I stayed away from the podcast for a while, but I realized a light bulb went off in my head, and I'm like, you had the Attitude Era, you had the Ruthless Aggression Era, now you got the freaking social media podcast era. And
that's what it is now.
This is how it is these days, and this is how it goes, and you got to adapt. And I was like, look, if I'm going to get myself out there, whether it's as a coach, whether it's as a performer, I got to, stuff I got to do, you know what I mean? And I'm just, here I am, baby, just plugging away, getting the Mondo knowledge out there, So,
I mean, you'll have at least 200 people watch you on here, man. I mean, this is, if you don't get over after this show with 200 people plus watching this, man.
I got nothing then, huh?
I don't know what to tell you, yeah. Hey, Rip, did you ever wrestle Nick Bockwinkel? I remember you told the story once about, like, booking his match, I think it was. Did you ever wrestle him?
No.
Never? Somebody said Mondo sounds like Joe Pesci without the New York accent.
Joe Pesci, Woody
That is a New York accent. What is he talking about? Mondo's from New York.
That's true. Yeah. I'm just reading the chat, man. Let's see.
I know. I'm upset with the guy that said it. Like Mondo is from New York, don't you? You know.
That's right, yeah, from Long Island.
That is a New York accent. What's going on here?
You need a better accent, I guess, Mondo.
Yeah.
Louisville took it away. I lived there for 10 years.
I think if Rip had been just starting in the 90s, he would have had a run around the top of card of WWF or WCW. That's when a lot of smaller guys started to get pushed. Any comments on that, Rip? Don't care.
Who knows? You don't know. You can't. A lot of guys would bring guys in because they knew them. They draw money, and a lot of guys like to take chances on unknowns because they were already in there, and they said, "Well, I might get a chance to make another fucking star." It makes him look real good for getting the guy's break for the first time.
Yeah. All right, boys, I'm going to try to do something. I try this every week, and it always fails. So I'm going to go with the entire screen this time and see if I can get this thing to play. Can you guys see this?
No.
Do you see a video or do you see us?
Us.
I see you guys.
Do you really? The browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen. No idea. I can never get this thing to work. I got it to work 1 week. I got all this shit lined up to share, and I cannot get it to work. Pops came in last week and just nailed it right away and actually shared from his screen. So I have no idea, man.
Pops figured it out?
Well, Pops is a genius on this
He's
stuff.
the computer guy, man. Yeah, whenever I get a computer question, I go to Pops. He made my little flyer for the Mondo boot camp tape reviews.
Oh, he did?
Which is available for everybody, by the way. If you would like a match to get critiqued, for $20, only $20, I'll break down your match from A to Z and give you the pros, the cons, and make you better than what you were before. I promise, or your money back guaranteed. How about
I think I might send you some of my
What
matches.
a deal.
I might make a comeback. You think you could take a look at some of my old matches?
Absolutely. I watched that match with you and the Big Cat.
Big K. Yeah.
Oh, you
Let's
did?
start with that.
Fine job, my friend. Fine job.
We showed it on here last
Yes.
week. That's what Pops brought in on this channel last week.
I
That
know.
was
I
a good
watched
match.
it.
Wasn't it? Rip even kind of put it over a little
He
bit.
sent me the link, and I watched it. And I'm like, look at Vaughn working his balls off. No
There
covers
was-
until the finish.
What's that?
No covers until the finish, he said.
Nope, that was
That
it,
wasn't a
man.
bad
Right.
match, though, bro. Really wasn't.
Well, I never said it was.
That wasn't a bad match. I liked it.
I thought, hey, I'll go one step farther. I thought it was a pretty decent match for one green guy and one super green guy. So
That was the best match the champion had.
yeah,
What you got to do is keep him in the middle of the ring. And just work around.
Big Cat, the first DCW champion, man.
How great was the Big Cat? Like he was the nicest guy.
Yep.
He just didn't quite get he didn't quite have the aptitude for it, but he tried and he was really nice. Like I love that guy. But it was but working with him just was a little bit, it was just a little bit tough. But like Mike said, like with those guys, you can't, you go out there knowing you can't have a 5-star classic. You try to have, or as Rip would always say, right, is shoot or C.
Yeah.
Get a C
I tell
with
my guys that too. Absolutely.
a C with perfect execution is better than shooting for an A and fucking everything up. So
Yeah. We worked.
I thought it was the
a few times,
greatest
Vaughn.
ever, personally.
I thought it was the greatest finals match we had that day.
Probably because it was the only one, Rip.
Okay.
Rip's
Come on,
finally
man.
cussing, Don Burton said. Amen
No,
to
really,
that.
man, it was good, bro. I remember we worked a couple times there, Vaughn.
Yeah, we would do a couple of those, like when you were kind of running the amateur show or whatever, I'd come back for some of those homecoming deals, whatever. I remember we had a couple matches there.
Yeah.
And then something else, I can't remember. We did something else together. It was always, anytime I could get in the ring with you and then like Nick, those were the best nights, man.
We did a lot of tag matches, I remember, with Nick and I. Yes, I remember that.
Both of those were, I miss those homecoming matches were awesome.
But we had a few singles bouts at the amateur shows.
Hey, you know what's funny is that
What's
when you leave and you come back,
Mm-hmm.
when you're there, you start out raw, knowing nothing unless you've been half-ass trained before. And then you get in with the guys better than you, and you guys get really, really good within a year, really good. But you don't realize how good you are until you go back home where you came from or whatever, and you see those other guys are stopping a third grade mentality, and you have nothing in common with them because they can't call nothing on the fly. They don't know how to ad lib. They have where you've progressed and progressed and progressed and progressed, but all the other guys in the class have too. So you don't realize how much smarter you're and how much better you're getting. Your facials are coming along. Your intensity's right there. It looks like you mean fucking business. You're adjusting your dial to each guy to how much knowledge they got. And you're really picking it up on what it's to be a pro wrestler. And then you go back home and you go, oh man, these guys are horrible. No,
Yeah.
what happened is you got a whole lot better. And now it's hard to converse with them because you're on a different plane now. And that's
Sure.
not a knock to them, but you're going, oh my God, I'm like a professor now compared to these guys. And I can tell them, but they wouldn't have any understand what I'm even talking about.
Yeah.
Because they're caught in the indie-rific style of fucking wrestling, which is like right now in indies. It's the same thing in Florida as it is in Portland, as it is in California. It's all the same old shit. Everybody gets all the shows. Everybody yes, you can't say, oh, it used to be certain areas would work a different style because what territory was there would work a different style, and they would copy the local TV. But now they're in the local TV, so everybody watches WWE. Everybody has access to TNA or whatever it's called. And they don't have ROH anymore, do they? So what's his face has bought that one up.
Yeah.
So Tony will probably be champion of that too, and he'll be doing his own play-by-play as he's working in the ring. So that'll be a first. But what the hell, right?
Hey, Mondo, have you been in touch with anybody?
Did I what?
Come back, baby. You got anybody on the radar? You got Tony Khan in touch with you, TNA, WWE. Been in touch with anybody lately?
Nope. Haven't been in touch with anybody. My last time I was at the Performance Center as a guest coach was like, I think maybe a couple of years ago now. Time flies. Damn. Nope. I'm still getting myself back in shape and everything. When I do that, I'm gonna start getting the ball rolling on that though. February is my first match back in the ring at the NYWC Psycho Circus. And in the meantime, I'll just be coaching, doing my seminars. But haven't gotten in touch with anybody with the big time yet. But that'll be on the radar for sure.
So, Mike, was your physical problem blood clots?
Yes, I had blood clots in my right leg. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've got them all over me on my fucking legs. And they want me to
I was
go.
a lot of pain, Rip. That was one of the most painful things I've ever had.
And they wanted me to do all
horrible.
this shit, and I said I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
So I said fuck that. So
It's
I'm just
horrible.
ready.
They had to put me on the blood thinners and everything, and couldn't do shit. You know, I mean, they said I could finally work out, you know, but
Yeah.
that was really I couldn't do anything, you know. I didn't have a choice but to step away for a little bit, you know.
I can't do any leg work at all. So I ain't supposed to stand. I ain't supposed to do all kinds of shit, walk or anything, right? Such is life. So I'm living the dream, you know. Don't get any better than this.
Yeah.
But, so you feeling better now, Mondo? Everything good now?
Everything's good now. Yes, I got cleared a month and a half ago that I'm good to go. I can get back in the ring. So I've been doing that with my class, you know, getting in the ring, working out with them and stuff like that a little bit. And back in the gym, you know, getting the body back in shape. And I'm ready to come in with a vengeance starting February on. I'm going to Italy in March. So that's pretty cool.
Good for you,
do
man.
a seminar and do a show there. So, I'm trying to get the bookings rolling, you know. Just trying to get going again, you know.
You got your rotation?
I'm going to be 40 in March. I got to give it one last good run at this.
Shit.
40, you're old, dude.
I know, dude. It's freaking, but I still got it here. So I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
Hey, we got a new subscriber, Rip. Grandma Daisy. You know Grandma Daisy?
Grandma Daisy.
Grandma Daisy
No.
says, Evil Doink, Miss Elizabeth, 2023 Hall of Fame, new subscriber, Grandma Daisy, baby. I bet Mike
Nice.
Mondo brought in Grandma Daisy.
Probably did.
Woo! Thank you, Grandma.
Good job, Mike. You gotta say you got us a new subscriber, man.
Nice. Hey, whatever I can do to help you get a plug, you know?
She obviously likes a younger, more attractive man. Mikey's the youngest one of us here, I think.
Yeah, he is. He's attractive. He's probably got 8 girls on the line, you know.
I told him I gotta hang up. I gotta step out for 30 minutes. I gotta get on the Hustler podcast here.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's right, Tappy's talking about something you said about Logan Paul. I don't know. What'd you say about Logan Paul in the Monday locker room, Mondo?
oh yeah, I popped in there. That was cool.
Did you have a Logan Paul take?
A Logan Paul, yeah, you know, I think he's very athletic. I think he has a lot of potential and stuff like that. He only has 3 matches. You know?
I know.
So
Crazy.
someone with 3 matches, I mean, really, shit, that ain't too bad. You know what I mean?
I think it's awesome. It's
Granted, you know,
unbelievable.
he's at the Performance Center with, I think, Shawn Michaels, and can't go wrong with that. And he has all the right people behind him, pushing him, guiding him, and stuff like, you know. But I would love to get my hands on him for like a session and kind of show him a thing or two, you know. Lots of little things that he can be doing to kind of step up his game.
Which is the Paul that does the boxing, that does the exhibition bouts boxing? Is that him or the other one?
Jake Paul, his brother.
They both do.
Yeah.
They both do, I think.
Well, Jake is not in the WWE, so Logan's
Right.
WWE and Jake does just beat Anderson. What's his name? Silva.
Well, they had the face off with him and the tape guy. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So between them two, they're worth how many millions of dollars, and they'll have the baby face heel on that, and they'll outdraw all the other real stuff or whatever in this exhibition. So it'll be awesome.
Yep.
Smart guys.
Logan's the one that fought Floyd, I think, right?
I don't know.
I think whatever. I get them confused.
I mean, I know nobody knows the difference between those two
Right.
guys, and I don't blame you. But I mean, they both kind of box, and and Jake showed up he did a run in at the match in Crown Jewel. So you know they you know when you're like that, when you just get YouTube rich and do that stuff, you just do whatever you want. You skip the line. You literally skip the line. Yeah, exactly. So they're like, well, I don't need this. You need me. And the WWE's like, yes, please, sir. Here, come in, and we'll pay you.
Yeah.
Like,
I see you got 8 million Twitter followers. Okay. Yes, you're in.
Mm-hmm.
What a crossover.
I heard that's how they hire people these days sometimes.
Right.
They just go based on their following. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, if he's drawing an audience of 8 million people with this demographic, imagine what I can do on my platform with them. And they just hire and they teach you from the ground up. You know, they mold you how they want you to be.
That's why Mondo finally joined social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get those 8 million
These people have
followers.
it good, though. I got to say, they got it good, man. The people that I told my class this is you have access to so much video footage. I mean, there's a lot of crap out there, too. But there's a lot of good stuff out there if you just look through it, you know? I mean, you could watch anything, study tape. You got seminars. You got freaking clips of, you know, heck, I was typing your name in the other day just to see if any of your new seminar stuff came up anywhere in clips. I look you up. I look Al Snow up. I look Dr. Tom up. I'm always trying to learn and expand my brain and try to get better, you know? And it's such a good tool. And I encourage people out there that are up and coming wrestlers to use it, you know?
Yeah.
They say, well, what's Rib do at his seminar? Oh, he just tells
He
stories.
sits there.
I sit there and tell stories. They want to hear stories. I can't help you in this number of hours be a better wrestler.
Well, you can a little bit.
A little bit, but you know, I might say, well, just stop facing him. Don't do this. Don't do that. You know, but because everybody's different.
Yeah, but now you got your own show, so you can't just go tell stories anymore. They can just watch our show because you can hear you tell stories all day, every day.
Okay, and so what are you saying?
I'm saying you're not going to get booked for seminars anymore if that's all you do is tell stories.
Oh, like you booked me for some anyway.
Well, I'm not going to book you for a seminar.
Okay.
I see you all the time, man.
It's too late. Once he's got the money, you're getting stories, baby.
I got the money, baby. It
Seminar
don't
I
matter.
booked for. Hey, so the video I tried to play a little bit ago, Don Burton in the chat was asking about it too. Andy emailed about it. Did you guys happen to hear the Jerry the King Lawler story on Rip and Savage's fight at the Louisville Gardens? Came out about a week ago.
No.
What was that on?
That's what I tried. So it's the King Cast. I guess the King's got a
Oh.
podcast. I guess I'll plug it, even though it'll probably take people away from us. Basically, there was he was talking about 3 backstage fights. They were talking about AEW and CM Punk, that kind of fight and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So they asked Lawler, hey, have you ever had to break up or see any fights in the back? He brought up the time it was Rip and Savage, and they'd gotten in a fight in the locker room. I guess Savage pretty much attacked Rip, and Lawler put over Rip and said Rip was beating his ass pretty much. He said Rip was winning the fight, and then he said he said probably surprised a lot of people, but Rip was whooping his ass.
Wow. Ripper. Damn,
Hey, I
Rip, you can
can't-
fight in real life? Damn.
I can't.
He said,
I couldn't beat my grandma.
maybe not now.
I just do the phony stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Rip's a lot tougher than he leads on. He was a big bouncer,
He's a boxer.
back in Seymour. He was a bouncer in Broad
He's a
Ripple,
bodybuilder,
Indianapolis.
he's a boxer. He's
Boxer.
a wrestler.
Hey, when I was a bouncer in Broad Ripple, I hired some of the boys to come in so I could throw them out the very first night.
To let people know, like, hey, you messed
Yes,
fucked
and
up,
after
I
that,
got you.
after that, there was no trouble ever.
Oh man.
And I was throwing them out by their ear. You know what I mean? Twist. It was just funnier than shit. It was all the fucking rib and the work, and nobody just. I said, "Okay, thanks, guys." I said, "I'll get your." I said, "Just put your drinks on a tab, and I'll get it for you tonight. Thanks." And that was it. You know,
That's awesome.
I was thinking
to
work,
support
right?
to support my wrestling habit, I used to bounce when I was 19 years old. Bounce at a bar named Bootleggers, which was a biker bar. I made best friends with the biggest and the largest biker. So when shit went down, his name was
Yep.
Albie. Albie took care of business for me. I
There
just
you
took
go.
$100, my payday. Thank you very much. Walk away safe and sound.
Greatest ever.
That's funny because the first time I saw Mike Mondo walk through the curtain, he was riding Bobby Lashley to the ring. Remember that?
Was I on Snitsky's shoulders or?
No, you were on you would ride up on Lashley's shoulders, like he'd come out walking
We did
walking
that
with.
too. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. It's a good gimmick. You got to keep doing it. You know.
Hey, just gotta find. I mean, every one of my tag partners was 3 times the size of me. Heidenreich, the Beast, Lashley, Snitsky. Yeah, they married me with large men.
Well, but what that was,
Clip that, everybody. Clip that.
that was great for you.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I was the bumper. You kidding me? I made everyone
That was
look
great
good,
for you.
and I made my partner look like the monster and be the equalizer to shut him down.
Right.
Mhm.
So
And then the comeback came, and guess who bump and fed? Yep,
Yeah.
Here I come. Yeah, let's do it.
that's
You know?
it. You got
Great.
you got a definite role to play, and it makes it very easy, and the
Mhm.
fans can see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved it. I had some great matches with Heidenreich, Beast. I mean, me and Bobby for a little bit had a few matches. Even Snitsky, we had some good matches. I like that. It was a good mesh, good chemistry. So
Hey, look at the chat, Rip. We got girls $18.xyz. Hot girl picks for you.
Oh yeah, I'll buy them all.
Hot girl picks for you. And then a third time, they must know this is a wrestling podcast because they're doing it in
They do
threes.
it in threes. Okay,
Hot girl picks for you once again. Should I click on it?
not right now.
I think you better click the ban button. I think
I don't know. Is there a ban button?
there's a ban button somewhere in there.
Oh, block user.
I don't-
Good call,
Yeah.
Matt. There it is.
Probably.
Buckshot Kid says, ask Mondo if he played himself in a video game, not with himself, because we all know he did that. Have you ever been yourself in a video game?
fucking A, man. No, that's the one thing I didn't ever. I made a lot of video games. I did motion capture for like 12 years. And I made a lot of the video games as far as the moves, the cutscenes, the entrances, the gameplay and stuff like that. But I never was actually in a video game. They were supposed to put us in, but there was 5 of us, which meant they had to pay 5 guys a lot of money. So they ex-nated that and they put in Charlie Haas and Umaga instead, I remember. At least that was what was told to me in 2006. But no, I never was in a video game. Magazine covers, though. Got to do WrestleMania, the main event pay-per-view, but never video game.
I didn't know you weren't in. I just assumed you probably were in a video game. No, huh?
Yep, missed the boat on that.
How about that? Hey,
Yes, I don't play with
Big
myself
Al
in video
Robinson's in the house.
Where in the hell is Big Al been?
He said, gentlemen. I don't know if he's really big, but I think he seems like he should be big. Big Al Robinson. Greg Smith says Logan Paul looks like a natural. He seems to understand how to sell. He said Logan fought Floyd. Jake fought Tyron Woodley. Anderson Silva. Got it. Ripley's got great stories to tell. Dennis Ramsey, thumbs up. Chappie, I don't know. You got this about 1 million times. Dennis says, get them numbers up, baby. We're going to wrap this thing up, boys. I'm glad you could come on here. I guarantee you one thing. By next week, I'm going to get this computer. So I tested this on my other computer. So I don't know if I have something blocked on this one. I've got videos lined up, ready to play. I've got all this stuff ready to do, and none of it will work today once again. But I'm saying it right now, Rip. I guarantee, I promise, next week, I will have these videos ready to share on here, and then we can talk about that kind of stuff.
As promoter Emil would say all the times, I promise to give you the best wrestling, blah, 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 and I promise. I said, you lying son of a bitch.
God, I worked so hard this morning to get all this together, and then nothing. I can't get it shared.
Lilas, don't feel bad. People that do this for a living, it happens all the time. It's just tech. That's just what happens. So
I've got to have something like, I don't know, something's blocked, something. I need to allow something somewhere. It's just not allowing my screen share, so I got to figure that out. But I'll play that Lawler thing. Hey, go check out Dr. Tom. We did part 1. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we did a great Dr. Tom interview. Put out part 1 the other day. Pretty cool. Mondo, you were talking about Dr. Tom just a little bit ago. He was awesome on here, man.
I'm 10 minutes in right now. I got to watch the rest of it. Mm-hmm.
He came in and was great. And then I put a little Austin Idol snippet this morning. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but about a 5-minute clip of getting the big feud going with Austin Idol and Rip down in Southeastern Wrestling. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. But besides that, hey, thank you guys for jumping on here, man. Anything else you want to say, plug, anything like that? This would be the time to do it.
Mikey, you go first.
Yeah, no, just if you want to book me for seminars, shows, Mondo Boot Camp, match critique, hit me up at DM me on Twitter, the Mike Mondo, or email me at themikemondo@gmail.com. So hit me up anytime, 24/7.
Awesome, man.
And Mike, you are still available for all women, right?
All women, single,
Okay, all
mingle,
women.
ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, you're single,
No
baby. All
gender,
right.
single ladies.
Vet, what do you got going on, man? Tell us.
Everybody get in line behind Grandma Daisy. All right, so you can find me at Opinion Haver. It's Haver, like I have opinions, not Haver. Opinion Haver.
I thought
I'm a guy.
Haver. I didn't know what the hell.
Yes, I have the opinions. I'm the Opinion Haver. You could type that into any social media platform, and you're gonna.
No, I'll say Opinion Haver forever.
Ever. We will
Yes,
forever
well,
say.
No.
Yeah, you can always do that. That's well, Rip named me once, he can name me again. So yeah. Yes, at Opinion Haver everywhere, and check out Hami Media Group Channel Attitude. I've invited Von Lilas. He kayfabed me too. Didn't see the email.
No, I didn't.
Way before Lilas Studios even opened. I'm just not over, guys. But that's why I'm trying to get
I
over.
don't think I ever did. I don't even think I have any of your contact information. Do I? Where did you send it?
I emailed it to you. You know what? Well, we'll talk later. But channelattitude.com, Hami Media Group, RussoBrand.com, all that stuff. Just go there, check me out. I do the Next Level podcast, which I invited Mike Mondo to be on, and I do the Impact Attack every Monday. So you can see me live on YouTube. You can check out the replay on channelattitude.com. So check that out.
Hey, that was quite a plug. By Opinion Haver.
Yeah, Opinion Haver did it to us.
I do this twice a week, boys.
I'm going to thank Opinion Haver every time. I'm going to thank Mondo with that big beard, getting ready to kick a little ass.
It's going to get longer.
Hey, and thanks to the chat room, Rip. We had the chat room busy today. Thanks everybody in the chat room for joining us.
Can't we everybody do it?
And if we could just get everybody to do the head bob, cut out of this thing. Like, subscribe,
and fucking smash
that like button or whatever it is.
Yeah.
See you, boys. Have a good weekend.
It's you.